Hey guys, I just had someone write me a question that I'm going to attempt to answer for you. And it was, how do you deal with exhaustion while needing money and survival fears or something like that? And the first thing that I'm just feeling into is, what do you mean? Like, you don't deal with it, in a sense. Like, life's got it for you. You know, life's gonna deal with it through you. You don't need to add a layer of mental worry and anxiety on some future event about some future event that isn't here yet. It's like, if you're meant to be homeless or something, that whatever the fear is about not having money, what is the fear? Like going into debt, being homeless, starving to death. Like this, a lot of these fears, they come from an abandonment wound. And so you might actually go through some kind of something with money, lack there, just to trigger up your abandonment wounds, just so you can go through something and realize, hey, it's okay. I was fine, actually. It reminds me of a story of Jessa Reed, how she was like strung out on meth and had absolutely no money. No one liked her at this time because she was a drug addict. And I just love Jessa Reed. And she said she basically came to this point where she was at a gas station with no money, exhausted, strung out, no friends, no one to call, nowhere to go. Nothing, like no resources. And she realized in that moment that she was pretty happy. Like she was like, I'm pretty okay. And that like liberated her in a sense, like, hey, actually I don't need to be afraid of whatever the mind is, you know, hypothesizing might happen or projecting into the future and an imaginary future. So if you're destined to be homeless, you're going to be homeless and there's nothing you can do about it. That's probably not the case for almost all of you watching this. Maybe a few of you, it is. It just depends on what your soul has lined up for you. Like if your soul has a path of homelessness and scarcity when it comes to money, you know, if that is part of your soul's unfolding for your humanity, part of the plan before you came in, then you're not going to avoid it. And actually that plan is here to serve you. You know, I haven't made $1 since my last donation, like I think it was a week ago, however long ago it was. I literally haven't made $1. And there's nothing I can just feel into. There's nothing I could do about it, you know? I could fight it and resist it and get all worried about it and get upset about it. And if there's feelings that, you know, not making money or not feeling like you have enough financial support, if that triggers up feelings for you to feel, fuck yeah, that's what it's happening for. That's why your soul made the plan what it is for you. It's like your soul put you in this exact position where you're feeling exhausted and you don't have the energy to go make the money you feel you need to survive. It put you in this position to empty you out of all of these false worries and concerns you have about life not taking care of you and what might happen and all these abandonment things, abandonment wounds. It's like life has a plan for you. Life has a perfect plan for you. I know for me, you know, what I'm going through. You asked the right person, I guess, because I'm going through it. Holy fuck, you know? It's liberating me. It's showing me, like, it's so interesting. Like, when I was 24, I owned a house. Then by the time I was 26 or something, maybe 27, I was renting out that house to tenants, and I was living in a condo in a premier location in this amazing town. Had lots of money in my checking account, a really good, high-paying job. Could win or lose thousands at poker, and it would have no effect on my life at all. And I felt such scarcity. I felt so empty, you know? I felt so unsafe. I felt like I had to control everything. I felt like, oh my God, everything's gonna fall apart. I'm gonna, whatever. And now, you know, I'm living out of my car. I've got negative something dollars. And I feel so held. I feel so full of my own heart, of my own goodness. I feel life birthing through me, like life birthing. I don't even know. It's just like life is birthing something divine through me, through this being, through this body. And would I prefer to have more money? Sure, we can have preferences. I'm not saying you don't have preferences or you don't have you're not hopeful that things will work out in a certain way. But I'm just noticing, like, there's just the divine intelligence in whatever is unfolding for all of us. And we're all getting exactly the medicine we need in every moment. And for some of us, that's having to face our fears of financial debt or face the fears of, you know, what's going to happen if I don't make money? I don't know. What will happen? You don't have any idea what will happen. You don't have any idea what will happen if you made a ton of money. You know, that could be something that wouldn't be good for you right now. Maybe you're not supposed to be making money right now, because if you were making money and you were feeling comfortable there, then you wouldn't be having to feel through these issues that are rooted in lack that you have. You know, you wouldn't have to be feeling through all this trauma. It's like, maybe you don't need to be making $1 right now. Maybe you just need to be letting yourself be exhausted. Maybe you just need to give up trying. Maybe you need to call your mind's bluff and just see what happens when you just surrender to life and you let life manage your life. It takes so much effort when we're trying to manage our own life. And it doesn't work out any different anyways. It's not like we're just an imaginary, we're just like hallucinating that we're changing the course of events. It's like, no. Fate is fate. So why live it twice? If you're going to be homeless, if that's your destiny, why worry about it now? Enjoy what you have now. Be fucking grateful for whatever is in your bank account now and for whatever resources you have now. Enjoy that. Praise God for that. And if things get hard, they'll get hard. Then they're meant to be hard for you. You're meant to go through karmic lessons in this life. This life isn't to fulfill your projections, you know, of what you think will make you happy. It's like we have these projections of like, I need all these things to make me happy and feel safe. That's not what this life is. This life is for you to know God. And so God's going to do whatever she needs to do in order for you to come to know her deeper. That's what I've been going through a lot too. It's like, wow, no money coming in, no clients, and I'm noticing how much I used to cultivate my sense of self-worth from those things. And how much now I'm just happy being me. And I don't, how I'm establishing into this place where I don't need extra. I don't need something to validate my existence. And I also noticed my own ego come up, and it was really trying to take any job it could get, and it was just trying to force things and push. And it's like the divine wouldn't let that happen either. So, you know, you don't deal with it. You just feel the feelings, man. That's all. Life's got a plan for you, and she's going to do what she needs to do for you to awaken to her. And it might feel harsh and intense for the human, for the mind, for the psyche, but maybe it needs to be for you to wake up, you know? If she wants you to take a job, she'll bring something your way. You'll feel guided. Trust your life force. Your life force will take you, and your life force is guided by the divine. Spiritual Renaissance said that once. I really liked it. And sometimes our life force, our ego life force, like wants us to go rush and take something that's not in alignment for us. And then the divine intercedes and says, nope, that's not for you, and takes that. She's like, for you right now is making no money and learning to love yourself in this place. Learning to be with your most abandoned parts of yourself. It's like she starves us of support sometimes, external support, so that we have to learn to rely on our own being for sustenance, our own being for nourishment. Sometimes she starves us of whatever external support to humble us. You know, I've been so humbled. It's just been like, I've just been on my knees and like, giving so much of myself to her. It's actually been like 3 weeks. I probably made like $150 or $200 in the last 3 weeks, which is insane. Like, that's the least amount I've made since I've started doing this, you know? But there's nothing here that wants to complain. And sometimes I'll go pray to Divine Mother for more financial support, and I'll just start laughing because I just can feel like her divine plan for me doesn't involve financial support in this moment. Maybe that changes 10 moments from now, 10 seconds, who knows? But I just start laughing because I'm like, because I get the purity of her plan for starving me of financial resources. Like, I get what she's doing for me. I can feel what she's doing for me. I can feel how she's purifying me, how she's emptying me out, how she's helping me see where I was doing things for reasons that were not rooted in truth. And so, you know, we always look back and we're so grateful for the path that we tread, because the path that we tread led us to God more deeply. And so your path right now, it's bringing up all the parts of you that are wanting to go out here and, I can fix this. I can get this to happen a certain way so I don't have to feel unsafe. It's like your path right now is just surrendering all of those parts to God and giving your life to her. And letting her be the boss. Let her manage your money. Let her manage your survival. God forbid, if she doesn't want you to survive, how are you gonna like, you know, how are you gonna, you're gonna be more powerful than the divine? If the divine wants you to just die, you're gonna die, man. You know, if she wants you to run out of money, what are you gonna do about that? Come on. She wants you on the streets, you'll be on the streets. You know, I don't feel that for you, but it's just nice to be real, right? Like, this is her world. This is her dance. This is her divine play. We're just her puppets. And it's an honor to be her puppet. It's an honor to experience this life. It's an honor to feel, to just see the vividness of color around you, to smell, to hear, to deepen into oneness with her. And you don't know you don't even know how you need to get back to her. Like, she knows how to bring you back to her. You don't know how. It's like, a lot of times our ego thinks it knows how it's going to surrender itself to God. A lot of times the ego's trying to wake up to God. The ego never wakes up to God. That part of you might always be afraid and always have survival fears, whatever. There's a part of you that's so beyond that, that's holding this whole play. And I like how Spiritual Renaissance says, it's like your higher self bursts. It's like you're birthing your higher self. We need sometimes intense fucking circumstances to birth our higher self. Sometimes we just need really intense. Sometimes we need poverty. Sometimes we need a horrific breakup. Sometimes we need a divorce. Sometimes we need a custody battle for our children. Sometimes we need to lose our job we've had for 20 years. Sometimes we need the whole world to hate us. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what you need to wake up, but the divine does. And the divine's going to give you exactly what you need to wake up. And thank God. And thank God. And thank God things didn't work out for me like my ego wanted them to 3, 4, 5 years ago. Holy fuck. Can you imagine how much longer my path to God would have been? If my YouTube channel just blew up and I was a millionaire, and I would have been a nightmare. Oh my God, I would have caused so much pain and suffering. Like, I would have been a nightmare if things went how my ego self wanted them to go. Thank God I've been humbled. Thank God all of these parts of me that would have just caused pain and suffering for others that are just rooted in arrogance and this kind of inflated sense of self. Thank God those are being suffocated out of me, drowned out of me through immense financial lack and all of these things. Immense financial lack. See, even that's a little dramatic, but It can feel that way. So I know what you're feeling. But you just look this shit right in the eyes and you call the mind's bluff and you just see what happens. You see what the divine has in store for you. Because that's the only way it's gonna go. So what's the point in worrying? You just trust. You feel for signs. I feel for signs every day. Divine Mother, is my timing a spiritual guide up? I'm good to go be a janitor. I don't care. Because after a while, you don't care. Because you're starting to get so high on the God within you that you don't need to be a certain thing anymore to feel self-esteem, to feel confident, to feel, oh, look at me, I made it, I'm a whatever. You don't give a shit. There's a part of me that could just be like, if it was true, I could just be a janitor and just disappear and never do another video. It's like the videos now, they're just the divine wanting me to do a video, either to help someone or to just remove layers from myself, or maybe I make a video just to trigger people. Maybe I make a video so someone writes a triggering comment that brings something up for me. Who knows, you know? But I do know it all has a deep meaning, and it's all for you. It's all to bring you back to you. It's all for your own good, whatever is happening. Like what I'm going through right now, I know I can feel it's from ungood. I can feel how close God is to me. And sometimes it's in the circumstances that are super fucking brutal or difficult. It's only in those places sometimes that we can really feel how close God is. Because when things are going really good, sometimes we get the sense that, oh, we're God. And I get in a deeper non-dual sense, of course, sure. But the ego self gets a hold of it. Like, oh, we're doing this. Oh, look at us. We mastered law of attraction. Oh, look at us. We're abundant. You know what I mean? Look, we did it. We know how to do it. Let's go make a program to show everyone else how to be abundant. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to go. It's really funny. And then we get separated from God. We kind of just get lost. Our ego gets hyperinflated, our spiritual ego. And then before you know it, we're needing to be right. We're arguing with people. We're proselytizing. We think we got it figured out. And then, hopefully, if you have good karma, God will bring you to your knees. And you'll go, oh, right. Right. Thank you, God. Thank you for this medicine. I have missed you so much. And so maybe she's just bringing you to your knees. And you just go to your knees and you take a bow. And you just say, okay, thank you for this, Divine Mother. And you give yourself to her. You give everything to her. If she wants you broke and on the street, bro, you might be. Probably not, but you might be. But guess what? She'll be right there with you. She will be awakening in your heart on levels that you never even dreamed of. And that, my friend, you cannot put any price on. You cannot put $1 million in a mansion and a super home and 10 beautiful cars on. It goes beyond. It goes beyond that realm of desire. And that's where she intends to bring you. And how else is she going to get you there but by having you face your deepest fears? You have to face your deepest fears. At least in your body. I'm not saying necessarily you have to go through being homeless or whatever, but at least in your body, you have to face some deep fears to be truly liberated from the false self trying to control everything and run your life. That false self that's rooted in fear and survival. At a certain point, you want God more than you want to survive. And then survival isn't something you think about. Maybe you think about it, but it's hard for it to scare you. Because you're not identified with the part that dies. You're not that anymore. It's here. You hold space for it. You love it. But when God really starts waking up in you, there's no more desire for, on a true level. Of course, I can still feel lust in my body, sex desire, all these things, greed. They're still in there, but they're not the most alive thing anymore. There's like the karma is just burning out, and those places are getting purified. But the most alive thing is you just want God. And yeah, you have the preferences. You're still a human. You're like, fuck, it'd be great. I'd love a donation, or I'd love you to let me work a regular job, or whatever. The human has its, it's gonna have its preferences, and that's cool. It's not like we're pushing those away. But we realize when the human's not getting what it prefers, it's for a greater reason. It's for our greatest good. It's for the highest for all. It's a purification. It's taking us to this place that's beyond preference, that transcends the whole thing, that understands the cosmic joke of it all and is in love with it, regardless of what's happening. Life is so fully lovable, regardless of what's happening, whether you're getting what you want or not. It's just as lovable either way. It's just as lovable. And sometimes when you're not getting what you want, you're actually getting what you want on a deeper level. Because if we always just got what we wanted, where would be the lessons? How would we deepen? Where would the self-inquiry ever begin? How would we be humble enough to seek God in an actual true way? So it's sometimes when we don't get what we want, that our soul is actually drinking in the purest medicine. That our soul gets to drink in source energy more fully. And that's the thing. Like I was saying, when I had all the money, the car, the condo, the house, I didn't feel that good. So I was really concerned about getting things arranged out here in a way so I could feel better. But now, just being starved of money, living in my car, I've been feeling really good. I've definitely been going through alchemy. I'm in a vortex. I'm doing semen retention. It's been intense. But I feel really good in myself. Like there's an integrity. There's a wholeness that's birthing. And so whatever's happening out here, it's just happening. And then it's just like life's going to take care of life. It needs to be happening the way it is on a greater picture. And what are my problems anyways? Look around the world. Who cares? It's just like being present with this moment and being present with the divine and this, and it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like when you feel good in yourself, you don't have a desire to control life or to manifest a certain thing, or you just want more of what really satisfies you. And that longing actually grows because you realize there's more to drink in, and then there's more to drink in. There's always more God to receive, to connect with. It's like this infinite well. And it just actually starts pulling you in. God starts pulling you into her. And when God starts pulling you into her, you realize that she's the ultimate boss here. And you just surrender to her will. And you say, all right, Divine Mother, whatever you want. Whatever. I am here for you. It's you that wants to experience through me. The separate self is a construct. It's not real. The part that's, it's not real, actually. It can feel very real, especially when we're identified with it and we're believing our thoughts. that's the beauty of intense situations. They help you let go of what is not even real. Your survival fears are not real. It's like because something in you is beyond the whole death and birth thing. And when you connect with that place, you realize like, oh, I'm afraid of death because I actually think I'm gonna die. And why are you afraid of not having money? Probably the shame of it. But when you get really free, I even have shame. I don't have shame telling you guys I have no money and no clients recently and no donations. It's like, and I'm not even asking for the pity party, nothing. It's just like, I don't know. This is what's happening. It's just the truth. It's just because when God loves you and when you feel God's love, you don't need other people's love or approval, and the shame dissolves and the guilt dissolves. You're just like, I don't know, maybe I'll be a beggar on the street one day. I don't know. Maybe I'll have millions of dollars one day. Who knows? But I guarantee you, if I did it, I'm going to say, it's all her. Can you chill saying that? If I ever have massive financial abundance, it's all her. It's all her, and it's for her use. It's not for my personal will to go buy a Lamborghini. You know what I mean? It would be for her. What do you need to do? What do you need me to do with this money, Divine Mother? Like, if I ever had it, right? It's not from me, my personal sense of self to feel, I got money. I'm a success. No. So, I don't know, a lot of energy there. Just laying on earth. This is where I'm at. See if I can, I don't know. It's a little smoky. I'm at this park in Sedona. Oh, that was fun. Thanks for the question. Don't worry about it. That's my advice. Be tired. If the Divine Mother wants to have you work a job, she'll give you like that nudge, you know? But you might also get the nudge that, you know, it's not time for you to work a job right now. And you have to honor that. You have to honor what's real. You have to honor what's true. You have to honor what life is guiding you to do, even if it's different than your survival mind says it should be, right? Okay, that's it. Long video. Much love.